So what would you say to someone, because it's really interesting, like you were like almost there, and then and that, because the way the process goes, it builds your confidence, and then it just takes it from you at the last minute. What would you say to someone who is perhaps at that same point now in their own career? Like how did you find that inner strength to keep going?
I would say to anybody, I don't know if it's music, modeling, anything you want to do, trust me when I say this. If you study the greats, everyone from Tina Turner to Beyonce to Alicia Keys to Brandy, everybody has been knocked down at some stage. I know at one point Alicia Keys went to all record labels and they all said no. Destiny's Child was signed, they got dropped. Like every single person has gone through that. But the people who really make it are the people who are consistent and they keep going. So if you are at that point, just trust. If you know that that's what you're supposed to do, just trust that at some point something's going to happen, something's going to give, something's going to break, your time is going to come. Even if you don't do it till you're 30 something. I was reading about Anita Baker, and I heard that she really didn't get started till her mid 30s or something like that.
Okay.
And she's one of the greatest soul singers. So I would say please, please, please never ever give up.
Never give up. That should be like some personal announcement kind of thing. Never give up. Yeah, exactly.
Never give up.
I want the rights to that song. Like Venture.com wants the rights to that song. Okay, so after things with the X Factor didn't work out as well as you wanted, you probably then went back to America. So, and then we've heard you were one of the songs you wrote for Fantasia was actually nominated for a Grammy, and you've written for a host of other musicians that we love. So how did that come about? Like, how did that whole process?
Well, I moved back and I was more determined to do the whole music thing, so I decided to study jazz. So I'm actually from a jazz background. And then I graduated, I got signed to Sony as a songwriter.
Okay.
And then from there I started writing for different people like Babyface, Monica, Cat DeLuna, Fantasia. And the thing about it is these artists, when they're working on an album, they would record like maybe 80 songs, and then out of that they'll choose like 12 songs for the album. So when I got the call that my song was on the album, I was so excited. And then I heard that it was going to be a single. Then they now called me a few months after that, the actual album is nominated for a Grammy, and I got my my Grammy nominee certificate.
Wow.
From the Academy. I was just like, wow, this is a blessing.
Yeah.
A little skinny girl from Isaleko, and I'm getting this from the Grammy Academy. So it felt like the years that I put in. I don't know, it was just I was finally starting to reap my my hard work. So it felt great. It gave me more of a motivation to keep going. Okay,
but with those kind of successes, why did you decide to move back to Nigeria?
I still work in America.
Okay.
So even though I'm based here, I still go back like every month, every 2 months, to work for them. I just got back from doing a song for Monica for her new album. But like I said, when I was there, and I'd go into a studio and I'd meet the artists, and people like Babyface, they were like, Tiwa, where's that name from? And I'm like, it's from Nigeria. They're like, oh my God, you African? Damn, what does it feel like to be, African? And they're always fascinated. So I felt like they were more fascinated about my culture than I was. And I was like, wait, I'm missing something. I need to go back and study where I'm from. And then I started to see how rich in culture we were. The music was growing here. And I'm just like, Tiwa, it's growing. If you don't go back, somebody else who's not Nigerian or who's not African is going to come, use our culture, use our sound, and present it to the world. It's going to be the next biggest thing. And we that, we're from Nigeria, we're just going to be looking like, oh, I wish I did that. So I decided to come back and incorporate that into my sound, into my fashion. Because honestly, that's one of the things that makes me stand out in America, from the Carrie Hilsons and the Rihannas. That's what makes me stand out as an R&B singer, is that I'm from Africa doing this. Okay,
that is really amazing. I wanted to ask a question about what record label you're signed with, because you mentioned Sony, but in Nigeria, who are you signed with in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, I'm the boss lady. I'm signed to my own label.
Okay, what's the label called?
It's called 323 Entertainment.
Okay.
It's actually owned by myself and my business partner. His name is TJ T Bills.
Okay.
Tunji, aka everything else
Okay.
known as. But we're under the umbrella of Flytime Promotions.
Okay.
So,
okay.
My label is signed under Flytime Promotions, which is, owned by Cecil Hammond. And I just want to, take a second just to thank Cecil and Flytime Promotions, and also thank my partner TJ, because they've been amazing so
They
far.
represent you.
Yes, but I'm still the boss.
Okay. Maybe one of these days you're going to take time out to thank BellaNiger.com as well.
No, wait, I even have a song for you guys.
Are you serious?
See, she ruined
I'm
it.
sorry. I was going ahead of myself. Okay. Moving back into, the Nigerian scene and all of that, it was pretty established when you were coming back. So who were the people that you looked to for mentorship, and why, and how did they help?
The first person I met actually when I moved back was Don Jazzy.
Okay.
And
good person to meet the first time you come
but
in.
I really didn't know how popular he was, and I knew him, like, he introduced himself to me as Michael.
Okay.
So, I'm just like, hey, you produce, you should produce some songs for me, and he was just like, okay, she must not know who I am, or, like,
I'll produce. Yeah.
But he really gave me a lot of advice. He told me that I had to speak the language of the people, that I shouldn't come here with all my Yankee and my Jan Fune, that I really need to, I need to be for the people. I need to be for women. And I'd known Banky from New York.
Okay.
And he just encouraged me, because I saw him moving back and how well he had done. In times when I just wanted to, like, pack up and say, I'm going to go back, he'll be on the phone and he'll say, Tiwa, just give it another month, just, keep going. I admire people like Two-Face, a lot. He's also been very, very instrumental in my career. And also really the ladies. Omaomi, Sasha, Goldie, Waje, all of them have been, Weird MC, they've been so amazing. And just seeing what they were doing was just, like, encouraging for me. I was really, really nervous when I moved back. I mean, Kele Kele was doing really, really great, but I was still, I was still new, and I am still new. It's been maybe a year and a half, so it hasn't been that
really
long. Yeah, it hasn't even.
Okay.
I've only moved back like maybe 5-6 months. My song came out obviously before I moved back, but yeah, I really look up to the ladies, especially, definitely.
Okay, but then, I mean, for such a short time that you've been back, you've been more than fairly successful. What do you think is driving that success?
I'd like to say it's my talent, or but honestly, it's God. Because for me to come with just that one song, which wasn't even complete. If you notice in the after the second chorus, I just keep saying like, that's because I had a third verse that I was supposed to do, but the song came out, like, I gave it to a few people, somehow some DJs got it, and then the song just started growing.
Oh, wow.
I had to quickly rush a video. So it's God, because it wasn't something that I'd fully thought of and planned, so I can't really say it's because I did this or I did that. I was just learning on the job, doing things as I was going, like, oh, I need photos, let's do a photo shoot, what's your image, I don't know, just give me something to wear, like, so I'm just still finding myself, still growing, but definitely God's hand is upon my career. I can't take credit for it.